Hey everyone, in this video I want to show you how we can customize Llama Index to utilize our own language models inside of their RAG orchestration platform. RAG quickly stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation, and what that is it allows large language large applications that use a large language model to fetch facts from outside data sources to enhance the veracity or the accuracy of the responses that they give back. Okay, so I was doing a little bit of research and I found that Llama Index has an implementation, a custom class that allows us to basically improve upon the capabilities of the base functionality. Okay, this is using a feature in object-oriented programming called inheritance. And just really quickly, inheritance is the capability in object-oriented programming to inherit the attributes and methods from the inheriting class. Okay, so it's just like it sounds like in nature. So it inherits uh, all of the features of the superclass that you want to increase the functionality of. Okay, so all that's working behind the scenes, and so all we need to really worry about is just adding to the um, the functions that are made available to us in order to work with data in our RAG application. I said a lot. Now let me just kind of show you what we're doing here. All right. I like to use Perplexity to create a lot of my content. And what I mean by this here is, in this case, I want to, I asked Perplexity to create a small little function that has a list of all these superheroes. And these superheroes, they're going to be given votes. Okay, so it's like maybe fans are voting for which of these superheroes is like the best or whatnot. So I have a small little automation that I have Perplexity to whip up for me because it's faster and it's really great for content creation. So this is going to be creating a data set for us. So custom data inside of this base Llama Index implementation. Okay, I'll kind of step ahead of forward and I'll show you. So it's randomly going to be creating like this little data file. Okay, every time I run this, it's going to be different. Okay, and we'll run it maybe two times, and I'll just prove that point. Okay, so let me go ahead and delete this. And really quick, let me just step right through the code one more time and show you what's going on here. So inside of this code, the class we're inheriting from is this custom LLM. Okay, and it's got all of the features that are required to basically work with the indexer or the retrieval mechanisms in Llama Index and return a response to us. Okay, so this is the main piece that we want to be working with to introduce new LLMs into this RAG workflow. So basically, what we're going to be doing is working with this complete method here. Okay, so this receives a prompt and it returns a an object called completion response, which is just a string. Okay, so the way this is implemented here is, it's the instructions are here at the top, but using the settings class, we're able to assign our LLM, or basically set our LLM, which is our language model, and also define the embedding um, language model that we're going to use inside of this particular application. And this is the simplest. This is going to be the simplest type of reader that you have in Llama Index. It's called the simple directory reader. So this is going to be reading those documents that I have inside of that I'm generating, with the superheroes, and it's going to be indexing. It's going to store those inside of a vector database, and then I'm able to query it. Okay. The point is, I'm able to, from this completion, I'm going to be configuring in just my custom LLM. Okay. And I've also previously created a fine-tuned language model that I'm actually using in this example. So that's enough from the documentation. Let me just show you what it looks like on the implementation side. Okay. So all that's the same here. So what I've done here is I've set I've set these variables with like my own fine-tuned models from OpenAI, and that's what you see right here. I'm gonna, of course, erase or delete this OpenAI key, but I'm setting that also right here, and it's standard stuff here. So I'm also just with inside of this complete function, which has a callback. A callback is like a function. It's a function that returns a function. So after this function is completed, this function at the top, LLM completion callback, gets triggered. Just FYI. So here I'm just basically just using a standard OpenAI completion, and that's what's going to be returned in the response. Okay. All right. And once I get the response, well, rather, let me just kind of go through the workflow. So I'm basically just creating this completion. That's number one. That's what's happening first here. I'm just basically taking inside a prompt, and I'm returning the value from the large language model. That's it for this at this point. Right here is where I'm actually, just hydrating some a data source with using that function that I got from Perplexity. Okay. And here we're just going to get right into running each step to show how this actually works here. So we're setting our LLM, and we are using this custom function that I create. So update local data source. So I call it superhero POTUS. So there's nothing in here right now, but it will be. We're setting the embedding model. We're loading the data, and we're just running queries over the index data to get the responses that we want. Now, something I really want to show you that's very interesting. Because we have a large language model, so this piece right here, this index as a query engine, this just basically works on the data that's going to be inside of our data source. What's interesting though is going to be the query, the prompt that we pass, because that's where the large language model actually gives us increased flexibility to take the response that we get back and do all kinds of things with it. I'm gonna give you a couple examples. So number one, let's just run this right now. First of all, who received the most votes? Okay, so it's gonna walk through all these steps. It's gonna create the file. Okay, create this file here, and it should be who? It's Captain America should win, I think. Yep, look at that. So Captain America has 9,996 votes. Okay. Now, let me run it again, but this time I don't want to. I don't want to create a new one. Let me say who received the most votes and who received the least. Give me the respond in complete sentences, and give me the output in English and Spanish. Okay, so I'm gonna hit this, and we'll see what the response is. So again, I'm just modifying the prompt. This is where the large language model helps us to just really take our the data that we get to a next level, and this is like the power of RAG. Okay, so it's running here. Look at that. So the superhero who received the most votes is Captain America with this many votes, while the one who received the least is Aquaman with 3,150. El superhéroe que recibió más votos es el Capitán América con 9,996 votos, mientras que el que recibió menos votos es Aquaman con 3,150 votos. Okay? I mean, so that right there is an example of number one, how we can customize this language model to do Llama Index to just basically put all kinds of functionality that we want inside of this particular RAG application. Literally, it's sky's the limit. But also, kind of how RAG works, just from a technical understanding. So that's all I really wanted to show today. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Uh, Share those in the comments. If you have not liked and subscribed to this channel, please do that. And I definitely appreciate your viewership. Please expect more content to follow, and you have a great rest of your day.